All right, guys, this is one we've all been waiting for. I'm going to give you my top whiskeys of 2024. Let's go. All right. Now, I didn't say my top bourbon, right? I said my top whiskeys because I like all types of whiskey. So we're going to start at the end and work our way to the beginning. No, I'm joking. We're gonna start with American single malt. Now, there is caveats to all of these. Obviously, I had to have purchased them this year. Now, maybe they're not the 2024 release. I think most of these are. I think all of them are actually. So never mind. But they have to be. I had to have opened them and had them this year. Okay, does that make sense? So let's start with American single malt. Okay, my pick for American single malt of the year, drum roll, right, is none other than Colkegan bottled and bond. Now, if you don't know anything about Colkegan, obviously this was a very good bottle. If you don't know anything about Colkegan, they are also called Santa Fe Spirits, right? And they are out of New Mexico, Santa Fe, and they are making some amazing things in the southwestern style. They use mesquite to smoke some of their whiskeys. This one was smoked. This is the It was a distillery only release. Of course, you got to be bougie about it. This was their bottled and bond, and it was absolutely amazing. And I'm sad to see it go because I do not have another bottle. So, in the same vein as single malt, let's go to my Scotch of the year. Now, this one was hard. This one was hard for me because I love Scotch and I love the flavor profiles of different Scotches. And the one that I picked, you've probably seen it in the video before, but here we go. It is none other than Bruichladdich 18. Yes, I was able to pick this bottle up this year, actually. And this is unpeated Scotch, 18 years old, obviously. And it is absolutely fantastic. I love everything that Bruichladdich doing. I think they are one of the best Scotch distilleries there is. And I can rightfully say that because they truly are. They are innovators and they are masters of their craft. And they're actually a younger distillery, which is really cool. So they're not afraid to do the crazy stuff, right? This one, unpeated, coming in at 50% alcohol, absolutely fantastic for a Scotch. So if you're into Scotch and American single malt, go try and find you one of these. They are pricey. Obviously, it's 18 years old. All right, so let's move on to one that I found, and this one could be how do you say it, contender, a runner-up, or whatever you want to call it. But in my book, it is not a runner-up. I don't know how you would classify this whiskey, none other than Found North. Yeah, this is Found North Batch 10. And I was lucky enough to score a bottle of this through the lottery system. I still have a little bit of this sample, so I haven't opened it yet. I am going to open it. I'm not one that likes to sit on bottles and stuff like that, so it will be opened. This was an amazing whiskey. The minimum age in this bottle was 8 years. It went up to 22-year-old whiskeys in here. Corn, barley, and wheat whiskey was in here. So good. If you don't know about Found North, why not go check them out? They're absolutely amazing. Go get you some. All right. So now we're going to move on to my rye whiskey of the year. And some people might be like, rye whiskey? Yeah, rye whiskey. So my rye whiskey of the year is Still Austin. Yeah, this one is Madeira cask finished rye whiskey. I'm going to tell you something. Rye whiskey to me, and I've probably said this multiple times, but rye whiskey to me takes a secondary barrel so good, so good. This one, I am nursing it. It comes with a cool temporary tattoo as well, but I am nursing it. I just bought this in September. I am nursing this. I've sampled it out a couple times and stuff like this. I do not want to lose this bottle. It is absolutely fantastic. Great rye whiskey, great distillery, and it's Texas. So I'm a Texas boy. I gotta sport that. So my next one, and these are all hopefully ones that you can get besides maybe the Colkegan and the Found North. Obviously, it's on a lottery. So my next one is not a bourbon. It's not a single malt, but it is none other than JT Mellick rice whiskey. Yeah, you heard it right. Now, this is a spec single barrel. If I can get the camera, this is a spec single barrel, and this was absolutely fantastic. I have about that much left in the bottle. I do have a backup, which is nice. This is such an awesome whiskey. 121.7 proof. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous whiskey. It drinks like a bourbon, but it's not. It's sweet, it's caramel, but yet it has this undertone of some really nice notes. I am so happy to have this. Great whiskey, great brand. Check out my podcast with them as well. All right, so now we're going to get to the big one, the one you've all been waiting for, right? We're going to talk about bourbon, right? Everybody wants to know, what's your bourbon of the year? So my bourbon of the year, if you can call it a bourbon technically, is none other than Garrison Brothers Ladybird. Now, as you can tell, I enjoyed this bottle quite a bit, sampled this out to a lot of people, and should not have, because this bottle was absolutely fantastic. One of the best whiskeys from Garrison Brothers that I have ever had. It is Texas straight bourbon whiskey, so it is bourbon whiskey infused with honey and finished in a cognac cask. 57% or 114 proof. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait till next year to get another bottle, and there is a little bit in there, so I'm going to do the thing. Absolutely fantastic. The heat doesn't override you. It tastes like Garrison, but Garrison on steroids. Okay, so you're like, yeah, but that's a finished bourbon. You can't use a finished bourbon for your bourbon of the year. Okay. So I thought about that, guys. Now this one might get me in trouble again, which I don't care. If you don't like it, don't look. But the other bourbon of the year that I picked is Holiday Distilling's Ancient Cave Collection. I know what you're going to say. Well, that's a distillery only. You're right, it is. But this is their toasted release. Really great. I am nursing this one as well because I got gifted this by the distillery. Full disclosure, I got gifted this by the distillery. They were amazing. So happy that they came on to talk to me on my podcast. So I got gifted this. It is an amazing bottle. A little oaky, right? But it's a bourbon, right? But it's a little oaky, but it was aged in a cave. Think about that. And what was the proof on it again? 100 proof. 100 proof. Really nice, really great bourbon. I'm so happy to have it. I'm going to be sad when it goes away. I love the little bottle and everything. It's super cool. So that's my picks for 2024. Do I suck? Are they great? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Bad Motivator Barrels, Z Smith Whiskey and Mixology, and Hinterhouse Distilling. So until next time, y'all be good. Hey, if you want to support me, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a subscribe, right? And if you want to support monetarily, patreon.com/thewhiskeyshaman. Okay? Y'all be good. And until next time, keep your spirits up.